Hey everyone, welcome to the Crypto Experience Show. I'm your host, the Crypto Coach, Blockchain Wayne. Today we're joined by Richard of Crypto Current. Now, Richard, you've got a great relationship with the Crypto Experience, including the Miami Crypto Experience. So tell us a little bit about Crypto Current, man. Before we get going, tell everybody what is Crypto Current.
Definitely. Appreciate you bringing me in. I'm happy to tell you more about it, man. It has been a joy to see how far you and your own crypto journey have come from when I first met you, I believe back in 2018. But to let everyone on the call right now know about me, my name is Richard Carthon, CEO and founder of Crypto Current. We bridge the gap between people who know nothing about cryptocurrency and blockchain with thought leaders in the space. When I got back into cryptocurrency and blockchain, I was confused because there's either one of two ways to learn. And it was, here's how you get crypto rich to the moon and get your Lambo in 2 seconds. And we all know how that all turned out in early 2018 with all these ICO busts and unfortunate shit coins. But the other side of it was super technical, or someone was really trying to like explain something that was so far over my head I didn't know what to do. So what I wanted to do was be able to create an ecosystem, a way that people would be able to learn from thought leaders in the space, be able to learn from people who really know what they're talking about in such a unique way and very easy to understand, a very digestible way, so that other people could understand it and then act on it. Because that's the real thing that we really want people to do here, is to go and take action. Because as you know, as soon as you get involved, so and you the rabbit hole, there are so many opportunities that are awarded to you.
Absolutely, man. So yeah, it's been a while. It was 2018. You and I first met. We went on each other's podcast, and we've come a long way since then. I think Crypto Current just celebrated a major milestone, right? You want to tell everybody what that was?
No doubt, man. Yeah, we just crossed our 200th episode, so super pumped about that. Our audience has been growing tremendously, has been engaging with us. We've been able to speak with a lot of amazing people, and it's cool to also just be able to reflect and see how in my own journey, how much more I'm able to articulate various aspects of cryptocurrency and blockchains to others. So I'm very pumped about 200th episode. Got a lot of great things yet to come for the rest of this year and going into 2022. But yeah, I appreciate you letting me be able to share that.
Awesome, man. So let's talk about those episodes, right? You had quite a few episodes that you were able to record live in person at the Miami Crypto Experience in April. So you guys, for people that don't know, Crypto Current was our main media partner at Miami Crypto Experience back in April, our first inaugural event. And you guys, we've had some discussion, are going to be our major press partner for our fall event, November 10th through 12th. And really for future events. You guys bring a great element. So you want to tell everybody what you experienced at the Miami Crypto Experience in April, and what services you guys provided?
No doubt. And I really appreciate you again giving us opportunity to be there, man. It was an absolute incredible feat that y'all are able to even get it off the ground as quickly as you did. I remember we had a conversation back in January. It was like, hey man, I think I might have this opportunity to do something pretty big in Miami. But it's going to be a pretty quick turnaround. Would that be something you're interested in? I'm like, dude, if you can pull it off, yes, let me know. I'm there. I'll bring my team. We'll get after it. And basically what we're able to do was to help get some coverage ahead of time. We did some interviews with some of the to be able to, help tease out a little bit of what they were going to come and talk about. And then also, while we were at the physical experience, being able to cover a lot of what was going on, to truly capture that experience. One, it was one of the first times post-pandemic that everyone was able to be together. So it was amazing just to be around people, to have that in-person energy, to be able to make those connections after you've been seeing people in front of a screen for the last year, right? And another great thing that we were able to really go and capture was a live press coverage of what was going on. So be able to live tweet and make Instagram posts, and to also get all of the keynote speeches and be able to get the master audio for it and do some of the film recording for it as well. we were able to post-production put a lot of that onto our podcast. So a lot of what was covered in Miami Crypto Experience, if you actually go to the Crypto Currents YouTube page, you can go and watch a lot of the keynote speeches that happened. We did quite a few interviews, of course, with Blockchain Wayne himself, and several others that were there. And we were able to get some pretty cool interviews while we were there with people from that did keynote speeches. And we were also able to get some random people that were in attendance. Well, maybe not so random. One of them being Joe Blackburn, who has been in the crypto space for a long time, was a speaker at one of my previous conferences, and it was just so incredible to be able to see all the amazing things that these people and companies are working on, being able to capture it, and then having a way that people can reconnect with it, but then also for each of those speakers to be able to show what are the things that they're talking about and reasons why you would want to come back and have that actual experience as well. Again, Wayne, I think y'all did a great job of putting that all together. I'm just happy that we were there to help cover it and to make sure that no one forgets how incredibly awesome that whole Miami crypto experience was.
Yeah, man. Awesome. And kind of a little side note, I think that conversation initially in January when I tapped you to see if you'd be interested, I initially said February and you told me I was crazy, and you were right. But April was a feat, right?
Oh yeah, man, you got it done. And I mean, man, even the people that you were able to bring in. I mean, we had some opportunities to speak with like people like Ken Bozak. Able to speak to BitBoy, able to speak with Adrian Bushak, with Eternity, Miss Teen Cryptos, and up and comer that was out there. Of course, we were able to speak to one of the absolute keynotes and people that were kind of shaping how everything was going. In this space, with being able to be one of the title sponsors who I had a really good conversation with, and was actually pretty impressed with just how far he was able to bring the company since everything was kind of going on. And I can't even begin to explain how far Mandala Exchange, who was I believe was the keynote sponsor, if I'm not mistaken, correct? And
Yeah.
I was able to have a pretty sensational conversation with Joe Reben and was able to watch his keynote speech. So not only were we able to get him coverage before the show, and then while he was actually there, being able to cover his keynote speech, it's also just fun to see people's journey, because I think you get a deeper look underneath of seeing who is the core team that are building these crypto projects. One of the things that I preach, is that you need to understand not just what the company's trying to achieve, but who are the people that are making that dream a reality, and do they have what it takes to ultimately bring it across the threshold. And after I spoke with Joe and was able to hear his keynote speech, I felt so much more compelled and confident in Mandala and everything that they have going on. So, I mean, that was just one of the things I want to be able to touch on. It's just being in person and being able to hear these people talk and show you what they've been able to accomplish through the years and what their roadmap is to continue to go forward, man. It's just an exciting thing.
Yeah, man. It was a great event. It definitely did come together. You guys were a big help. You mentioned some of the services that you provide, and this is something that you're looking to provide to other events, right? To anyone looking for full coverage. Most people think of media coverage, they think of a few press releases and some paid ads, but you can do so much more than that, right?
Right. And what we were able to provide, which I think was extremely helpful, is one is bringing hype to and awareness to your conference. So we were able to create an event, put it on our website. We were able to highlight the leading up to the actual conference itself on our podcast, having a mid-roll ad. We were able to interview some of the keynote speakers that were going to be there. We were able to do a press release pre and post. We were able to be on site and be able to, of course, speak to the speakers while they're there, talk to the guests, have some live coverage of both through tweets and everything else. And then also just making sure that like post conference, you get all this amazing content, and when you're there, you want to be there and you want to live in the moment. But you want to also make sure that you capture some of those amazing moments and being able to re-show it in such a way that you're driving awareness and hype for that next event. And what our pure goal was to go there and get as much content as possible so that we could repurpose and be able to provide that to Wayne and the Miami Crypto Experience team, so that as they go to future sponsors, future speakers, everyone else, they could be like, wow, like this was amazing that what they were able to pull off, and all of the great things that are kind of evergreen, right? So like they have evergreen content that extends past just a conference, but they can also use as they continue to propel themselves as either a sponsor or as a speaker or as someone that you want at other events. And so just being able to package all of that without you having to worry about anything, it's just like basically you set this up and you say, hey, Crypto Current, we want you to come help cover that, and that's it. You don't have to worry about anything else, right? It's very hands off in the sense of you basically, we tell you certain things that we need, and then after that you set and forget, and then we're there and just doing everything that you need from us. And so I think that was also a very big value add.
Yeah, man. And I think that's a big reason why you and I connected and stayed connected from early on. It wasn't just the fact that at the time we only lived, maybe less than 50 miles apart, but it's our both of our goals to drive awareness and education of crypto, because that's going to drive adoption. If people never get a chance to truly understand it, truly experience it, they're not gonna, it's not gonna really hit home. People aren't going to understand the big picture. They're just going to think about that, oh, it's either get rich quick or get poor quick scheme, and it's neither. But people treat it like that, and that's really where our companies merge, because you guys have been consistently grinding out, like you said, 200 episodes, and that's one episode a week, right? That's over 200 weeks that you've been doing this.
Yeah, we actually ramped up and got to the point where we're starting to do 2, and we're about to start releasing a lot more content on YouTube as well, man. It's like you said, the way I've always bonded with you, Wayne, is that you genuinely care about people first, and then everything else kind of materializes the way it's supposed to. We want to be able to provide a way for people to learn about opportunities and then to be able to act on them, and to be able to have someone that will hold your hand or give you a ton of different resources so that when it's convenient for you, you can now take those next steps and get it done. This opportunity is for everyone, right? Like this money is for everyone. These different ways that you can get into the crypto and blockchain space is for everyone if you want it. And there's a lot of people who just needed that extra couple of seconds or those next 2 steps so that they can keep moving forward. And our goal is to just give that, and to do it in so many different ways of connection that you get it done. So like what's beautiful and what I've been able to take from this, man, there's so many ways people can connect. You have people that are in gaming that are bringing game into the blockchain. There are people who are artists who didn't know that they could basically do their art and now bring it to NFTs and be able to make a ton of money forever, and like continue to have it forever, or an evergreen. There's finance people who are saying like how the traditional finance system is not necessarily working the way it could or should be, and it's not accessible for everyone. And now through DeFi, you're letting people all over the world have access to financial tools that were only for the top 10%. Like all of that might not speak to you, but one of them probably did. And if I can get you to connect with a bunch of speakers who are really good on that, you slowly start to get into some of those other areas, and you realize how big this world really is, and how and where your place in it is as well.
Yeah, man. And that's really what we offered at the Miami Crypto Experience. Was you had those rooms, you had the DeFi rooms, you had the NFT rooms, to where there was topics throughout the day from different speakers. So whether you're a beginner or whether you've been in space for a while, we had something for everybody. And then I think people really underestimate what you get from the connections that are made and the people you meet when you're at these events. So it's important to do that as well. And also, there was another reason for me bringing Richard on for this episode, because we're 11 weeks away, right? We're 11 weeks away from the next event, and he's going to be ramping up soon with episodes that are going to include future speakers and what we call workshop facilitators, because not everyone does a speech. Some people are actually teaching workshops that will be hands-on, teaching you how to do something. Being able, walking out, hearing something that sounds good is one thing, but knowing how to do something when you walk out is completely different. I tell people all the time, I can read a book on how to fix my truck, but until I actually do it, I don't really know it. And so that's a big part of it. So Richard is going to be talking more about this, talking more about the event, interviewing different people that are going to be involved in our future event. And it's going to be even better. As much as we can say how good the last event was, it was a great event. It turned out pretty, it was a solid event, but a lot of people that were there, including yourself, Richard, and your team, Steve, that was with you, was a lot of faith in just what we could do, right? Because we even had some of the bigger names that were there, they didn't really promote it as much. And a few of them told us on the side that they didn't know what they were coming to. They didn't know if it was going to be a good event or if it was going to be like a fire fest for crypto, for crypto. And
Right.
so, but now that they see what it is, it's easier for them to promote. It's easier for them to put their stamp on it. And it's also the word's gotten around. A lot more people are contacting us. So we were going to have some huge announcements coming. Richard, you're going to help us break some of those. We've got some big things that are planned for the next event that could be, it's definitely things that people are going to leave talking about. This is not a conference where people are going to come and just sit and listen. You're going to be able to engage, interact, and potentially even see Richard and get interviewed live, being part of a live stream or a recording that's going to be posted.
Definitely. And the other part of it that you really, I want to spend more time on just for a second for everyone here is that experience part, right? The first day you're there was an NFT gala, and you're able to see a Porsche that sold for over $1 million. Like, just insane. That was also an NFT signed by Rick Ross himself. The parties that were there, the vendors that were there, you were able to go and learn from all these different companies. One of them was Emirates. So a lot of people who don't necessarily know about like Helium and what they're building right now, if you were in attendance, you were able to get a device. You cannot get a device right now. Like, those things are reselling right now for over $1,000. Like, you literally were getting exclusive things you couldn't get. It was so incredible to just be able to be in a place where so many different opportunities where people were finding out about things like Gilded, where if you have a distributed team and you're trying to pay people in crypto, now you have a way that you can do that securely, quickly, and not have to think twice about it. Just being able to align and be with so many companies that are transforming the crypto world and the blockchain and everything that's within it is absolutely remarkable. But then to keep those relationships and make sure that you keep building post conference. And I think that's a huge challenge that a lot of people have when they go to conference. They go and it's all exciting and it's like all this buzz, and then it kind of just fades. But what was cool about what Wayne is doing and being able to Wayman team and having a second conference to continue this flow this year, and the really fun just crypto space that we're in right now that's been on this bull run. So we had like a little lull for the last like 2 months or so, but it's back on and popping again. And I think it's going to continue to do so as we kind of crescendo into the end of the year. So I think it's going to be pretty well timed in that capacity, but there's a lot of good things on the horizon. Wayne's already kind of shared a lot with me, and I can't wait to drop them with the team, and definitely looking forward to people who are looking for an experience. Again, this is truly a great experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about NFTs. You mentioned the NFT Art Gala that we did the first night, and we're looking to recreate something similar to that. But the unique thing about this event is everybody that's going to show up is already going to have experience with NFTs. We've got an NFT ticketing platform that we're launching in about a month that is built on Polygon, and it's got a fiat gateway, so you can pay with crypto, you can pay with card, and your ticket to the event is going to be an NFT that's designed by an artist. So after the event, you're going to need that to get in the event, which to get your wristband, and then after that event, it'll be a collectible to show that you were there. So that's one of the things that we've got coming down the line. That's just
Cool.
part of it. There's so many different things that are coming. And even those of you that are watching that may not be able to travel. Now, I can't underscore, and I'm sure, Richard, you could probably tell about it, the importance. Like, watching an event over a screen is not the same impact as being there in person, right?
Right.
There's value, but not as much value as if you're there. But we also realize a lot of people can't make it there. There still may be some travel restrictions in November. We're not sure what's going to happen. So many people we talked to from Canada and other countries that wanted to come couldn't come in April, and some may be facing the same challenges in November. So we're going to have a streaming option available that is going to be, but it's not a normal stream. We can't do anything normal. You have to interact with this in terms of crypto and tech. And so it's going to be basically a 3D virtual event center that you'll be able to take your avatar in, plug that NFT to, and be able to walk through the venue and walk into the different rooms and see what's happening in each room.
Man, it's those kind of experiences, right? So not only are you there, you get to interact and engage, and just finding ways for it to continue to be that experience. And one of the people that was there, like that I do want to bring up that I thought was really cool, just happened upon and was able to connect someone by the name of Jerome Dallas, and he's like working on the intersection of virtual reality and gaming and cryptocurrency, and he is working on a really cool project that essentially you can go into this virtual world and you can see like an art gala of like all of these different NFTs. You can interact, you can have like different hand motions, and you can do like many different things. And it's called Blockchain Universe if you want to go look that up. But and I sat down and I like did it with them for like 30 minutes or so, like being in the virtual world and exploring all this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the future. This is where things are headed. So if we're able to, Miami Crypto Experience is able to have some sort of component like that and be able to still be in person, I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun. Like, especially if you've never done something like that before. Like, I mean, I consider myself a gamer. I still play games, but like that was new and very cool to me. So I think it'd be very new and cool to all of you as well. And just like Wayne said, if you are able to be in person, I don't think there's anything greater than having that face-to-face time, making those genuine connections. And again, you never know who you meet that could help transform like the course of your life into the future. Like me meeting Wayne at a random meetup in New Orleans obviously transformed a lot of what I was even able to do in my respective career, and even us being able to work on this. So having that FaceTime really can have exponential return on the trajectory of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you remember what that first episode when we sat down? And I think it was for your episode, for your podcast. What was that? What did we talk about? Remember that?
NFTs, man. And I was like, I don't know what this is, so I want you to come talk about it.
In 2018, we were talking about NFTs, and nobody knew what we were talking about. But it's a big thing now. Yeah. So that's that experience we're going to have at the Miami Crypto Experience is it's going to incorporate. So no one's going to leave that event at least without having a crypto wallet and an NFT, right? So
right.
That's your first experience. And then the virtual streaming option that I mentioned is not just for people that can't make it, but if you're there and you're spending time talking to all the vendors and getting to see everybody networking, you may miss some speeches. You may miss a workshop or two that you probably wanted to attend, so you can get access to those recordings with that. So that's just one option. And then you definitely want to be following Richard at Crypto Current and his team just to make sure that you're up to date what's happening leading up to the event and after the event, being able to see and listen to some of that content. So Richard, man, tell everybody, where can they follow your work? Where can they follow your team?
No doubt. So anywhere that you go, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, if you search for cryptocurrent, we're going to come up, especially this logo that you're seeing right here. You'll be able to check us out on all that. But you can find all of our content on crypto-current.co. So that's crypto-current.co. And we have all of our podcasts there, all of our social channels, our videos. We're also putting out content pretty much daily on market analysis, crypto basics. Wayne actually is one of our guest people that are on there that are able to has a lot of basic trainings on how you can do crypto basics, crypto trading, and even how to securely set up a wallet, all kinds of just informational content. So like our whole goal is to empower you so that you can continue to move forward on your crypto journey. And if you're a crypto OG and you already have some of that basic knowledge, we want to put you in a position to learn about new opportunities that are on the way of being out. Like just for your own reference, we've had multiple companies that have come on our show that have gone on to anywhere from 10 to 100x in the last 2 years, which is insane. Like we were able to get Ocean Protocol on the show very early on when they were worth like 3 cents. We were able to get Mana on the show back when they were worth roughly around 2 cents. I mean, it's insane the amount of really, really cool projects. Even BlockFi, we had Flory, who was the one to see the co-founders with BlockFi, and now they're out here crushing it. We're going to be able to help you learn about these new crypto projects that are really, really cool that you should learn more about, while also being educated on various topics that those speakers are passionate about as well.
Awesome. So make sure to follow Richard and the Crypto Current team at Crypto Current. Follow them on socials. The podcast itself, if you're a podcast, if you listen to podcasts, it's pretty much on every platform, every podcasting platform, Apple,
Definitely.
Google, Spotify, and others.
Right. All of those.
All right. So pick your poison, listen to them. I know that's what I do now when I'm putting the headphones on or driving. It's not music I'm listening to. It's podcasts and audiobooks.
Definitely, man. I mean, education is power. And when you can find those moments to learn about something new, why not put on a podcast? So hopefully you check mine out. Hopefully you keep on checking out Wayne's. And I mean, get excited for this Miami crypto experience. I personally am. I'm looking forward to being there again, learning everything, and then sharing it all with you.
Awesome. Yeah, looking forward to it, Richard. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching and listening, everyone. And we'll see you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.
Bye, y'all.